the iCloud. Yo, Jesse, how are you doing today?
Lovely. How you doing?
I am alive, excited, and full of energy, baby. Woo!
Woo! That's the only way to do it. All right. So what do we got here? Folks? We're going to be talking about the best methods to get offers accepted. Did I spell accepted wrong? Yes. But we're still going to talk about how to get them accepted. We're going to talk about agents, lenders, market, the seller, the property. We're going to talk about all that, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let you cover the first half of this. So I'll let you dive right in, brother.
Let's do it. All right. So I've listed a few properties. I've worked a couple of offers that come in the last week, last couple of days. So what do I like to see with these buyers agents when they come in with an offer? Number one thing I love is when I get an agent that sends me a nice email and says, "Hey, Steve, I have a client, just showed your property. We're going to write an offer. Just wondering if there's anything in particular that your seller is looking for." Okay, that's perfectly fine to ask that. A lot of times there is. A lot of times it could be something like they want a closing date in July, or they are looking for all cash, or they're looking for this, that, or the other. And if there's an intelligent email that's sent over that's concise to the point and communicates with me and asks those questions, I'm usually going to answer them, and it's usually going to help that agent get to the top of the list as far as their offer being looked at. So another thing that I always like to see is when they do send the offer over, that everything is included in the packet. The offer, the contract, the disclosures are signed, because guess what? I put the disclosures right in the MLS, so they can get those off the MLS. Most good agents know it's already in there, okay? Because if you're a good listing agent, you're going to put that on the MLS. It's part of the other documents. I want to see all that come over at once, along with a pre-approval letter. And I like to see that email come over with all those documents attached. I like to see at the very top of the email, in the body of the email, I just see basically bullet points of what the offer amount is, blah, 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 blah. So I can just quick reference it, especially in today's market where we're getting multiple offers, 20 offers come in. I want to be able to categorize those. So anything stupid, like asking for personal property or anything out of the norm, don't ask for a home warranty. I don't like to see any of this BS they try to put in there and sneak into the contract. Guess what? In this market, guys, it is not going to work. Strong earnest money. I need to see a lot of earnest money up there. 5% would be great. No less than 2%. 1% is the minimum. Go ahead, Jesse.
Should we write
$1,000 earnest money crap?
What about offering? Should we go a little bit under the asking price? You think we could negotiate?
I'd say come in right away, strong as possible. Okay. Above. Yeah. Waiving the appraisal contingency doesn't always work for every buyer, but you know what? The ones it does work for, it could help. It could help the offer. Not always. I've had sellers that say, well, I don't want them to say they'll pay up over the appraisal $25,000 because, that's kind of putting a cap on what they'll pay. So if they come in with an appraisal contingency, it should just be whatever it appraises for, or whatever the appraisal comes in under the offer price, we will pay. Bring cash in, okay? And larger down payment on your loan. Go ahead, Jesse.
A quick note on anytime if you're encouraging or telling someone to waive a contingency, make sure you got stuff in writing and disclaimers, and do not
on the buy side. Yeah.
Make sure that you say it correctly. Okay. Do not say, well, just what you need you have to waive all the, do not say that.
No,
do not say it. Think about what you're going to say when you tell someone, when you advise them if they should waive a contingency or inspection or appraisal or their loan contingency or anything. Do it the right way.
When I advise a buyer and they say, I want to make an offer on this property, we know the market is very strong, we've made several offers, what do you suggest? Here are some suggestions that I can give you that may help your offer go to the top of the offers.
Yeah.
And that would be number one, we need to make a strong price offer. So it needs to be at or above list price. we need to include at least 2% earnest money. All right. That's my suggestion. We should probably, I would suggest, as is. And that's not saying you can't do an inspection. That's just saying you're not going to nickel and dime and ask for a bunch of stuff on the inspection. Another thing we could do is I don't always recommend this, we could waive the appraisal contingency, which means you're going to pay the price of whatever this contract ends up executing at, regardless of the amount of the appraisal. So if the appraiser comes in and says the property's only is going to appraise for $25,000 less, that means you're agreeing to bring that $25,000 cash to the closing to make the deal happen. Okay. And Jesse, what was the other thing that we were talking about? Did I miss something there?
Inspections, the loan. Yeah, the loan.
Inspection. That's a big one. Yeah, we talked about that. The loan. So they can waive the, loan contingency. They could waive that, but that's not always doable.
And well, you can also shorten them, right? Just even sometimes if you can't remove them, you could try to shorten them and show good faith, right? But my point is, be careful how you say things and cover your butt. Okay. Period. Protect yourself.
And guys, there all this stuff, escalation clause, you can add that into it as well. Make sure all this is included in writing. Make sure you explain it to your client properly. Obviously, or paying with cash is definitely good. But at the end of the day, guys, all this stuff really does matter. But if it's possible in this market, you have 20 offers on a listing or 10 offers that 2 or 3 of them are exactly alike, and those may be the 2 highest. Well, guess which one of those wins? The one that wins is going to be the one that has the best rapport, probably with the agent on the other side. So that's why you want to be professional, communicate well with them, be thorough, and don't try to be sneaky at all with this process. Be very professional.
All right. So I'm going to go through 4 different things that you need to get to know better. You need to be a student. You need to be a sleuth. You need to be a researcher on. Okay. The first one is just getting to know agents, right? We've all heard it's not who you know. It's not what you know. It's who you know, right?
That's right.
I screwed that up. So it's not what you know. It's who you know. It's who you know, not what you know.
That's right.
And your network is your network. You guys ever heard that?
Yes, sir.
There's a reason that people say those things.
And that's why I always try to have a good working relationship with the agents. As dumb as some of the questions are that come into me, and on the other side of the deal, or as rookie-ish as some of them are, I always want to be professional and nice and help them, because you never know when that's going to come around and help you out in the long run. Yeah.
You can be friends with them. You can be friendly to them. You can be kind to them. You can send a thank you card to them. Thank you for considering my offer. Even if you get your offer rejected, you can send a thank you. Some people are like, piss off, I don't care. How about say thanks? Thanks for at least reviewing it. Thank you for presenting it. Those kind of things, Absolutely. They go a long way.
Absolutely.
So study those agents. Who are the top agents? Go to their open houses. Mm-hmm. If the top agent has the most properties on the market, go to those properties. Even if you don't have anybody looking at those, get to know them. Who are the top agents in the brokerage, right? I don't know how many times I've gotten a deal closed because I knew that agent and I had a relationship with them. They were the top agent, but I always came by their open houses and held their houses open and all that kind of stuff. I had a great relationship with them, and that helped me win deals when there was multiple offers I was up against.
Oh yeah.
What about lenders, Steve? Is it good? How important is that? You want to talk about that?
You want to be selective on if you're in a position where you can refer a lender, or I usually I have 2 guys that I feel very comfortable with that I refer to my clients. That's really important to have a lender that is an active, reputable lender that understands this market, that knows the importance of, quick communication, and understands the competitiveness of the market in the offer that you're submitting, and is there to help you with the process and your buyer, because it's going to come into play.
Yeah. Get to know these people. Get to know the underwriters. Like, seriously, send them cookies, send them a Starbucks. I don't care. Get to know these people, because
I would call them the processor. The underwriters, you're not going to get to know.
Okay. whoever it is in your market, the lenders you work with, get to know them. Be kind
Trust
to
me,
them.
they're going to call you. Don't worry about that. Be nice to them, though, the ones you want to work with.
And if you're smart, you'll also have some lenders that are specialists at certain types of loans, right? Like a VA or a condo. Like not everybody can just get it done. You know, they might get it most, you know, SFRs done, you know, but what about a condo? What about a jumbo, right? There's people that are specialists. It's good to have those in your Rolodex, right?
Do you have anything but jumbo loans in California, Jesse? Isn't that below the median?
It's like below 600,000 here. It's below 600,000.
Unbelievable.
It's most homes are not under 600,000. Even
most homes aren't under $1 million.
You can get a 1-bedroom condo for about 600,000.
Oh, okay. That's good. Good deal.
Okay. The second thing you need to know is the market. Now you don't have to research this like for every single house necessarily, but get to know like the market in general. What's the vibe? What's the feel? Now, if you're in a very niche area, very unique area, maybe it's a rural place, get to know that zip code, that neighborhood, that city, because that can change. It could be a buyer's market and a seller's market in the same city because there's something going on in some neighborhood, right?
Yeah, and the best way to do this is you want to run the comps pretty thoroughly before you put the offer in, because it's I would hope everybody's going to do this anyway when they're advising their client, but you can't be too thorough in looking at comps. And I'll tell you, it's a crazy market right now. I'm seeing stuff on comps that is way off base right now. So you really got to understand your market and maybe call those agents and ask them, hey, why did this home sell for 100,000 more than all the other homes? Or, you know, what was different about this one? And they'll tell you, well, somebody came in from Dubai and they had cash and they closed in 2 days. You know, something crazy might have happened. You don't know. So you want to be aware of those things for your buyer's sake.
Be aware of also what's going on. I'm not saying it to be a deep student of it, but what the general economy, like the stock market, like, because people are going to talk about that. They're going to ask questions. Well, what do you think because of what just happened yesterday in the stock market? If you don't know, or you don't read a headline or something and kind of be aware, just stay on your toes. So the
best way to do that is through your lender too. Usually the good lenders are going to give you that information. They're going to want to tell you about it. Up to date.
Know the sentiment, right? The best people to tell you how the market is really is going to be the buyers and sellers you're talking to. They have feelings and they're making emotional decisions. They're going to tell you, I don't know, I'm nervous about this. Ask them. I'm kind of nervous about what might happen. You know, I don't know. It's election things coming up and the economy and Bitcoin and what do they feel? Get to know, hear what they have to say. Listen to them, ask them. Know the hot neighborhoods in your market. All these things matter. Like these could make or break you going against knucklehead agent that doesn't know what neighborhood is different from another one. How about off-market properties, pocket listing? Do you guys have a lot of those, Steve?
Yes. Yeah, we have a private listing network, which is kind of a pocket listing situation that you can look it up on the MLS. Yeah. So, you know, even maybe run through Zillow and see if there's any for sale by owners in the neighborhood and see what the prices are. You just want to know what's going on. If you're going to, you know, you don't want to waste time because you know, in this market, I've worked with buyers for 6-12 months before you find a house. We're trying to help you eliminate that, be as knowledgeable as possible going into each offer, spend a little more prep time, and you'll probably spend less time on multiple offers situations.
How about a new builder or new development? How many offers are they getting on one property, right? If you go in and sign up for one property, you got that property.
Yeah.
So it's very smart. If there's any developments in your area.
Good point.
Hello, you're not going up against 30 people or 10 people.
That's a really good point.
So what new developments and know also what's up and coming. There's some that might be, maybe they're not desperate to move today, but you're going to want to get a paycheck in 6 months too. So, hey, maybe that's the right one for them. And there's no competition. You're like,
right.
Hey.
They don't have to go up against 20 other people.
Okay. Also get to know the property. I have won deals because I contacted a previous agent and I obtained HOA docs from them and found out there's some psycho rules in their HOA. My buyer didn't have to pay the $500 for them, blah, blah, blah. We did our research. We came in with a stronger offer. Simple stuff like looking at prior inspections. I've also saved clients tens of thousands of dollars on termite damage because I found a inspection that was done previously. A previous buyer backed up, but they'd already paid for those inspections. And my buyer's like, okay, I'm not getting it. So see if you can research prior transactions, public records, prior inspections.
Yeah. And it's sometimes even I've noticed on the MLS, like a previous listing, the agent that just listed the property may not have looked at the old listing document or the old disclosures. And sometimes there's stuff that was disclosed previously that wasn't now. That happens every once in a while. So, do a little research. Look at the couple sale histories on the property.
Yeah. You might find out there's a homeless encampment across the street 6 months out of the year.
Yeah.
That was on the documents. And the reason why you want to know this, you can move quickly, right? You have your vendors lined up, have things lined up. So like, hey, I can move on this property. My inspectors can be here in less than 7 days. The lender, like, just know your people and have it all ready to go. So you can move on this property really fast. Say you have a short inspection contingency, but you got everybody ready to go. Hey, I'll get inspections done on day 2. We'll get those reports back on day 5. We'll remove our contingency by day 6, something like that, right?
Yep.
Get to know the seller. Wait, what? Get to know the seller? Yes. What are they interested in? Steve hit on this, right? Pulling some of that information out of the agent, but also be a sleuth. Like, go on LinkedIn and Google and Instagram. A lot of people have public accounts and they don't even realize it. And they're publishing like, oh, I just love this, or I can't wait to go to Florida. I can't go, whatever they're talking about. Be a sleuth and just try to find out how can you relate to that person and build a connection with them through the information you can gather.
So yeah, be a stalker.
I said be a sleuth. A sleuth like this guy.
I like it. Yeah. Okay.
But seriously, get to know them. Have you ever written an offer love letter and it actually helped? In some places, actually, they're like banning them or restricting them.
Right. Yeah.
But I've won deals because I wrote, oh, my kids are the same.
If they'll allow it, do it. Have your buyers do it. They like those. If they'll allow it, do it.
Yeah, a little cover letter, baby.
Oh yeah.
But like Steve mentioned, they may need to rent back. Maybe they need extended period.
Yeah. Rent back.
I'm getting my words all. A shorter closing date. How about that?
That's all right, Sherlock Holmes. Next slide.
He's here. The listing agent's here. Everybody get down on your knees and show some respect.
So good. Okay. Bow down to the listing agent. Oh, for crying out loud. Is that good or what?
That is awesome.
I thought that'd be a good way to close
listing.
It out. I thought that'd be a good way to close it out.
That's good stuff, man. Love it.
All right. Does that help anybody? Anybody screenshot a couple of those ideas? Something maybe you're not doing? Leave a comment below if you're what's your best strategy?
Did you send me a link to that video?
Yeah, it's on the broke agents Instagram if you follow them.
Broke agents Instagram. I think I might.
But I just thought that was pretty appropriate for 2022.
Classic, baby. Classic. I love it.
Yeah, that's